I am the Philosophical Bachelor, and today I want to talk about Aldous Huxley's Perennial Philosophy. Aldous Huxley is a surprisingly good scholar of religion. However, he is best known for his fiction, with his Brave New World published in 1932, studied as English literature in schools all over the world. It portrays a dystopia with social engineering and mind-altering chemicals, keeping the people calm and under control. His final book, Island, published some 30 years later, is its counterpoise. It is about a utopia with an enlightened population whose pursuit is religious, to unite with the cosmic spirit. The seeds for Island were planted as early as 1945, where he wrote a syncretic work entitled The Perennial Philosophy on this cosmic spirit. In The Perennial Philosophy, he draws on the wisdom of both Eastern and Western religions, covering Hinduism, Buddhism, Daoism, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. The book is also a critique of what he views as the false religion of material progress. I will attempt only a brief summary in this essay. Just to be clear, I am not a convert of his perennialism, but I am sympathetic the way I am sympathetic when I discuss Plato or Spinoza, but that does not make me a Platonist or a Spinozist. Let this essay be a provocation that causes you to seek to understand more, that the skepticism, doubts, and questions you may have compel you to read the book in its entirety. Huxley uses the term perennial to indicate what is eternal and everlasting. The perennial philosophy or perennialism is not his invention, but can be traced back to Neoplatonism, founded by Plotinus in the 3rd century in the Common Era, which then traces back to Plato, who lived in the 4th and 5th century before the Common Era. According to Huxley, the aim of humanity is not material progress, but a unification with the cosmic spirit. Huxley uses various terms such as the divine, but I will use cosmic spirit in order to have a less theologically loaded term. This cosmic spirit is what the Taoists call the Tao, the Neoplatonists the One or the Good, the Hindus the Brahman, and what monotheistic religions calls Logos, God or the Godhead. Others call it the divine ground or the Absolute. Huxley believes the key to this unification is the perennial philosophy, which forms the core of all religions. The various religions then overlay their specific doctrines, history of events, prophets, rites and rituals, practices and institutions on top of this core, but at their heart, they all point at the universal truth of the perennial philosophy, which is the cosmic spirit. The cosmic spirit is both transcendent and immanent. It is the source of all things, so it is in the world, immanent, but is also above all things, making it transcendent. It is ineffable in the sense that we are unable to capture its essence in words. While words in the form of text and speech are our main mediums of knowledge and communication, they are only representations of reality and not reality itself. Just like the words cosmic spirit are merely pointing at the idea of the cosmic spirit, those words are not the cosmic spirit. The cosmic spirit itself is beyond the grasp of our intellectual and cognitive abilities, and so words cannot capture it adequately. However, it does not mean that we hence have no way of knowing it. We have to know it in another way, not the way of our senses, our intellect, or even our feelings, but through mystical experience. Through experiencing a union with the cosmic spirit, we can gain knowledge of it, though this experience is not one which can be completely described in words. In order to unite with the cosmic spirit, our hearts have to be right. The cosmic spirit, God, is not something to be manipulated and pushed around for our own purposes. We must believe in it not because we want to make use of it to enrich ourselves or to gain some favor, but so that God's will itself will be done. The only thing we can correctly ask for of the cosmic spirit is to get closer to the cosmic spirit. And we ask for that not in order that we can go to heaven or have an enjoyable life or for any self-serving purposes. We do it because it is the whole point of existence, to be unified with the cosmic spirit, because that is the true reality and we want to know reality. There are 3 ways to achieve this union: the way of works, the way of knowledge, and the way of devotion, even though ultimately there is only one way, which is knowledge. The point of works and devotion is to lead us to knowledge, the knowledge of union with the cosmic spirit. We have to be careful not to fall in love with the works and devotion themselves. We have to also be careful not to fall in love with the words which represent the knowledge that prepares the way for unification. These works, devotion, and words are means which we must not mistake for the end. Rites and rituals can be useful means to remind us of what they signify, but when the rites and rituals become ends in themselves, they get in the way of achieving the true end of union with the cosmic spirit. When our good works, when our acts of devotion give us sensations or feelings of pleasure, and we chase after these sensations and feelings, with the aim being to have and to enjoy them, then they become an impediment to the real objective. It is not that the sensations or feelings themselves are wrong, but we have to be aware of their danger. This is why we have to purify ourselves through being virtuous, and the way to be virtuous is through virtuous acts. But we must do the good, not for the sake of the pleasurable sensations or feelings, but for the sake of goodness itself. Otherwise, we create false idols, which are the pleasurable sensation or feelings, even if they come from good acts. By worshipping these false idols, we will not be able to achieve unification. Yet, even the pursuit of achieving unification itself can become a false idol. The way to unification is to be virtuous, and that involves mortification, to deny our selfishness, until we can finally deny our selfhood by forgetting ourselves. But once again, this self-noting is never regarded as an end in itself. It possesses merely an instrumental value as an indispensable means to something else, writes Huxley. It is by losing oneself that one can unite with the all. Thank you for listening to the Philosophical Bachelor.